from the creator and executive producer of Playboy TV's The Truth About Sex, Science Channel's Punkin' Chunkin', NBC's My Dad Is Better Than Your Dad, and all three of TLC's Invasion of the Christmas Lights. Plus, he also ran the series Penn and Teller Bullshit, and was one of the original writers on Politically Incorrect. Comes the new 6-hour series, This versus That.
I'd like to tell you a little bit about This versus That. Come closer. I'm John, and I created this show, This versus That. It's the first independently financed television series, meaning it wasn't made by one of the networks or a giant corporation or one of the advertisers as a tool to sell soap. No, This versus That was paid for, well, by me and the rest of the people who appear in the show. And our goal is quite simple, to inform and entertain you. Oh, and to make the 75-year tradition of broadcast networks entirely obsolete. Anywho, we're distributing This versus That too. You see, we've made the networks very nervous. It used to be only they could afford to make a television series, and only they had access to the satellites or to cable to distribute TV into your house. Not anymore. You see, cameras are cheap, and editing equipment that used to be the size of a VW bus is now the size of a laptop. And thanks to the internet, we're distributing this show around the world, literally from my garage. Now, imagine if the people who create the TV shows you love to watch got to run their shows how they wanted, without being forced by the network to dumb it down, or to execute notes like, focus more on the love story and less on the violence. And those were the notes on the Sopranos. My point, first, shows would stop feeling so similar. Here's a recent TV plotline. Escaped serial killer taunts the show's lead investigator for putting him away 10 years ago by killing dozens of prostitutes. Is that from NCIS, NCIS LA, CSI, CSI New York, Criminal Minds, Hawaii Five-0, The Mentalist, The Good Wife, Castle, Body of Proof, or any of the 17 variations on Law and Order? Actually, it was a plotline on all of them, and on last week's episode of 2.5 Men. If show creators were in charge, TV series would be better. Smarter. They'd have a singular vision. Oh, fuck. Look, if I'm not back here in 3 minutes, call the FCC and tell whoever answers the revolution will not be televised. It will be live streamed. They will know exactly what you mean.
You've got decisions, we'll help you make them. ThisVersusThatShow.com. Click the Facebook icon so you'll be the first to know when new episodes premiere. This versus that. No bias, no bullshit. Just science and facts.